After watching the scene in Tata Stadium that Japanese people are cleaning, you might think as a human how well educated and how clean and happy they are in their life. But do you know, in Japan, more than 1 million people die alone in their room. And people in their neighborhood came to know after their body started to decompose. After their body decomposed, the man from certain company came and took his rotting body and dumped it in a certain place. Japan, the country of technology. Friends, you are going to know some strange thing about Japan that I am sure you didn't know until now, which will really shock you. Japan is known as one of the richest and happiest countries in the world. Big companies like Toyota, Honda, to Sony and Panasonic are located here. They have skyscrapers and also 60 km/h bullet trains. But despite all this, Japanese people spend their life alone and lonely, especially the last 20 to 30 years of their lives, in which they spend in terrible solitude and loneliness. It's both tragic and terrifying. You will be surprised to know that a minister of suicide prevention has been appointed in Japan to prevent suicide in Japan. In Japan, there are companionship available to relieve loneliness and gossip who have to pay by the hour. Also, they are now creating special robots to talk with them and remove their loneliness. The question is how such a deplorable environment was created in such a modern country like Japan. Let me answer this question. This is because they prefer to live alone. Most of the people in Tokyo, the capital city of Japan, live alone in a house. Because according to them, you cannot succeed in life if you shoulder the responsibility of everyone in the family. That is why many of them express reluctance to get married and even have child. Some of them live with the dogs and cats and some live alone. Being alone is not a problem in youth, but problems start in old age when the body becomes weak. Every necessary work like walking, washing clothes, cooking and everything becomes difficult. At one age, even there is no energy to move. Gradually, the whole house becomes a dustbin and food remains on the bed. Simply put, where you eat also defecate there, and after a while, there is no energy to eat anything. Then begins the wait for death. An old man in his 70s and 80s was to die without eating and defecating in bed for weeks. It's hard to visualize the scene, let alone think about it. There is no one to offer a glass of water in that lonely house at the time of death. And even after death, their bodies remain in the dark garbage day after day. Then their body started to decompose in the bed. The blood and the rotten flesh from the dead body seeps through several layers of the bed, even reach the floor. Insects are formed and began to eat flesh. At one stage, when the deadly smell of his corpse permeated the entire area, then the people around came to know about his death. Can you even imagine this scene? A number of companies have sprung up in Japan that accept advance payment over the lifetime of people living alone. Then, when the man died alone in his house and his body rotted and smelled, after getting the news, the people of that company came and cleaned the house and picked up his rotting corpse and threw it in certain place. In this way, the people of Japan, the country of Toyota and Honda companies, died rows, then dogs and cats. In addition, Japan is a country with the highest suicide rate in the world. In Japan, forest named Akui-Kahara is known as suicide forest. In suicide forest, thousands of people commit suicide in every year. By becoming ultra-modern, professional and self-reliant, this is the fate of Japan today. By severing family ties. Yeah, they have modernity, but not happiness. Even if there is a bullet train at 600 km/h, there is no one to pat on the head at the end of life. We hear about Japanese clearing stadiums or bullet trains or their ultra-modern technology. But what we don't get to hear is their stories of destroyed family harmony or loneliness in their late years. In many countries, maybe they don't eat oil food and maybe they don't have 60 km/h bullet trains, but what they have is family reliance. Are we bringing our own destruction by becoming ultra-modern and technologically powerful? Let me tell you a story. Though I am not good at storytelling, but I hope you can learn something from it. It's a story between a group of fishermen and a ship sailor. Once upon a time, there was a fisherman village. They lived very happily with each other. They go fishing just twice in every 7 days. They spend the rest of the day gossiping with each other, play with their kids, and they sing songs by the sea. One day, there came a ship sailor, and after watching all this, one day the ship sailor called all the fishermen in the village to talk with them. The ship sailor said, "Why are you guys so lazy? And why do you guys do fishing just 2 days in a week? If you guys do like this, you won't be able to make enough profit. Why don't you guys work in every day of the week?" The fisherman group said, "We get enough for our living. Why should we do fishing in every day?" The ship sailor said, "If you guys do fishing more, you can make more profit. And maybe after 1 year, you can buy a ship. Then you do more fishing and buy more ship. And then maybe after 10 years, you can start your own fish company and you will become rich. Also, you guys will be able to do many things that you are not able to do right now." The fishermen group were listening with attention. A fisherman asked, "What can we do after being rich?" The ship sailor said, "You will have tall buildings, and more importantly, you can give enough time to your family and friends. Also, you will become a respected person in your family and friends." The fisherman said with loud laughter, "We have all the important things that you mentioned just now, like giving time to family or having gossip with friends, and also we all are well known in our village." The group of fishermen said, "Why should we work like a donkey for more than 10 years when we have all this right now?" All the fishermen laughed together and left that place. The ship sailor also understand that these fishermen were also correct and get a heavy shock. What was he looking for all these years that he already owned? Now, let's back to our video. Though modern world are not same as this story, I am also not telling you that just to enjoy your life and no need to earn money. Yes, money have an important role in our life, but you have to understand where to stop and how to enjoy your life, because you might see many old men around you who own a lot of money, but they have nothing to enjoy in last stage of life. They give all their time to earn money. Yes, they have money right now, but they don't have happiness. You have to understand this, otherwise you will become just a money machine who can just print the money. But when it gets old, they replace with a new one, and all the money it made had no use for its own. Thanks for staying with us. I will be back with a new video soon. Till then, take care of you and your family.